And we are live. This is Wednesday, August 27th. Check this out. This is some huge news right here. The Powerball jackpot in the United States. I know there are viewers here from all over the world, and we cover different lotteries from all over the world and all kinds of things on this channel. But today, this is the sixth largest in the history of the game. They just increased it to $850 million, annuitized jackpot. $850 million. That's 300. Take a look at that a little closer. 300, if you choose the lump sum, $383.7 million lump sum cash value. That is before taxes, of course. And there's a little over 8 hours. I know people who are playing Euro Millions, Lotto Max, all kinds of lotteries from around the world. Which lotteries do you play? Let me know in this live chat. If this is no longer live, let me know below this video. Comment. But this is really exciting. This is the sixth largest in the history of the game. Good Lord, what would you do? What would you do with that much money? What would you do? Let me know. Comment in this live chat or below this video. What is your dream? And sometimes dreams become reality. Always play responsibly, but I meet and interview people all the time that have won major prizes all around the world. And of course, this is my life story. And I had a literal dream about it before it happened. That happens to a lot of people as well. But you certainly don't have to have a literal dream, but you could. But regardless, what is your dream? What will you do if and when you win? Because anything is possible. Just play responsibly. And are you playing this massive Powerball jackpot, the sixth largest in history? And I predict if nobody wins this today, and somebody might, it might be you watching this or someone you know, but if nobody wins, then it's quite likely, I think, I'm not affiliated with the Powerball, but I think it's quite likely that it'll get up to $1 billion with a B if nobody wins this. I mean, it's quite possible. The next drawing would be on Saturday. But what do you guys think? And are you playing? What are you going to do if you win, other than come onto this podcast, of course, because we can keep you anonymous if you wish to remain anonymous. And where are you watching from? Can you play it in the UK? I do not believe so, but Euro Millions, Euro Jackpot, I mean, those games are awesome. Are you playing those? I've interviewed a few people that have won those games. One person that's won 108 million pounds. Hi, Tim. Me and my husband drove to Primm, Nevada to buy our tickets today. Even if I won 1,000, I will be happy to help with my school. Diana G, thank you for your comment. And I want to for those people that do not know, Primm, I mean, that is a big lottery store. If you're in, so Nevada, of course, has Las Vegas. Everybody knows Las Vegas. Huge gambling town. But there's no lottery in the state of Nevada. So people drive right over the border in California, literally over the border to this place in Primm, I believe. And it's super popular place to buy tickets. And so, I wish you good luck, Diana G. Thank you so much for your comment. My family compound ranch condo is coming. All right. I'm winning Euro Millions Friday. Hi from Scotland. Is the cash value after all taxes, even state and federal taxes? So that is a good question. Pull that back up here. That is a good question. Maybe we have to get rid of that. There we go. So the cash value, you can see right there, $383.7 million in the United States. You can take what's called the annuity, all of it over right around 30 years, and that would be $850 million, all of it. Or what most lottery winners do is they take the half right away, lump sum before taxes, cash value, which is 383.7. So that is before taxes. No state taxes, no federal taxes have been applied. So you will be getting less than that if you win, but it is incredibly life-changing. Most people do take the cash option, of course, for a few reasons, but one is you can make way more money that way typically. This is the day the Lord let us rejoice and be glad in it. Okay, Petito Miller. I claim it in the name of Jesus, Georgia. Flying. Okay, flying. Explorer Ben. Explorer Ben's already jumped into it. So we're going to do a dream drop here. Explorer Ben, thank you very much. We're going to do a dream drop here in just a few minutes, guys. A dream drop, basically, so many people know that I won the lottery before. I won the lottery before. I didn't win the lottery. The lottery won me. No, I'm just joking. In all seriousness, the dream drop that we do, I had this dream before I won the lottery, 3 months before I did. It was very vivid, and it convinced me that I was going to win. It was that real. And many of you know this, but so what we do in these lives from time to time is this dream drop. And so we are going to ask for the wildest, craziest dream that you have had recently. And you type one word, just one word into the chat. And then I'm going to read these dreams. So we're going to be doing that in just about 5 minutes or so. We're going to do that. So keep that in mind. But what will you do if you win the lottery, like a major prize? Which lottery games are you playing? Let me know in this live chat. And are you playing this massive, massive Powerball, the 6th largest in the history of the game in the United States? Hello in California, Diana Paredes, who is a member. Thank you so much, Diana, and hello to you. And I wanted to make also an announcement. If you're a member like Diana, you might already know this, but there is a members only live happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. UK time. And I know people are all over the world watching this, but there's a members only live where we get to go in depth answering all of your questions, which we can't do a lot of times in these lives because there's just way too many, but we will go very in depth and behind the scenes. And there's some huge announcements that I think you're going to be very excited about. Diana, thank you so much for being here today and for being a member. That's what I do. I live right in the Nevada-California border. So You Abundantly Empowered goes to this popular store that we mentioned in Prim, I believe. Retirement for the second time. All right. So you're going to retire when you win, play responsibly. Anything's possible. Thank you for answering my question. Jeremy 48. Jeremy 48. Did I answer your question? I hope I did. What was your question? I try to get all the questions I can. Powder Springs, Georgia. Hello. Thank you. Greetings, Ivan. Hey, caught the live. Very nice. I will bless so many when I win this week. Powerball Cash for Life, Georgia, Fantasy 5. I love it. All right, so we're going to get into this dream drop right in just a moment. So if you guys have had a dream, well, I know you've had a dream. Most of us have had dreams. What's the wildest, craziest dream that you have had recently? One word, only one word. I'm going to pull up all of them that I can. All right, let's go. Sunny Lottery, land, luck, land. Oh my gosh, more land. Let's try to, all right, mermaid. Okay. Celebrity. Wait, where'd celebrity go? Celebrity. White fox of blue vibrant eyes. That is 5 words right there, but we'll take it. The ancient Egyptian god Horus. Bigfoot, cat's eye, lottery. Ooh, you're in it to win it. Millionaire J, robber. Pick 3, white dragon, fish, blue eyes. 8, yacht, plane. Where did we go? OMG, you dreamt of OMG, fighting, flying fishes. This is my 3rd time catching you live. Well, that's great. Welcome. And we're welcoming, grandma. We're welcoming grandma to a dream there. Mall, horse, aliens, wealth, mother, winning, church, moon, avalanche, infusion, Aston Martin, Powerball. Look at that Powerball, Jorge. Land, ticket, avalanche, lucky, smoky. I love that, lucky. 12 million check, Porsche, luxury, beach, travel, excitement, blank check, gold, running, mine, scratch off. Mansion, 86 million euro. I love it. Ocean. All right. God of the gamblers. All right. What good, Tim? I am the winner. Much luck, everyone. Flying. Positive. Okay, well, all right. Poop. Poop. Well, someone has to crash the party. All right, so this is our dream drop. And if this is no longer live, that's okay. Go ahead and put your one word for the wildest, craziest dream you've had recently below this video. But let me know, are you playing this massive sixth largest Powerball jackpot in history tonight? Which games are you playing? Many people are playing Euro Millions. Also, some people playing Mega Millions. We have Lotto Max in Canada, Euro Jackpot, all kinds of games. And let me know your questions. We're going to be diving into some questions here in this live chat. And I have a story that's pretty interesting that I do want to pull up here. Let's see if we can get this, because I just saw this, and this is pretty interesting of this news story. If we can get to this. Why am I aligned with the infinite abundance of universe? Why am I a magnet to wealth? Why is this universe blessing me financially through the lottery? Well, I don't know, but that's awesome if that's happening to you. So let's see if we can pull this up. Okay. This is what happens with lives. Here we go. Sometimes it's not immediate, but this story, I promise you, is worth the wait. If we can pull this up. Check this. Okay. So this person, this is in the state of Massachusetts in the United States. We cover stories from all over the world. This is from the state of Massachusetts in the USA. And it's pretty interesting. This person just won 1 million on a scratch ticket. You can see her there. But which happens all the time, by the way. And I've interviewed several people, like tons of people that have won 1 million. And it's awesome. It's so awesome. But what is especially interesting about this story is her husband actually won the very same amount in 2016 on, I believe, another scratch off. They both took the lump sum option, which I think was 600 something thousand, but there he is. And 2016, he won. And then just recently, she won. So, I mean, that's incredible for people that are into, I mean, I have no idea if these guys are, if they have any spiritual beliefs or anything like that, but I mean, they definitely have the luck on their side. And it seems like they obviously believed that it was possible because it already happened once and now it happened again. That is awesome. So congratulations to them. Hopefully, perhaps we can get one of them on the podcast sometime. But what do you guys think of that story? Let me know your thoughts. And what will you do if you if you win a major prize? But are you playing this major 850 million, sixth largest in the history of the game in the United States, Powerball for tonight? And if nobody wins this, I mean, if nobody wins this tonight, it's going to get awfully close to $1 billion. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in this live chat. And let's try to get caught up in the comments here because we are behind. And bought a Powerball ticket and won $24 is Kimberly Kelly. Kimberly, thank you for your comment. Is the Lotto Brazil legally authorized in the United States? If I purchased a ticket while living in Brazil, would I still be able to travel to the US and claim the prize in case of winning? That is a very good question, Pierre. There are a number of courier services, and one of the common questions we get on this channel is, can you purchase a ticket from another country for a game in the USA? And if you do, because there are sites that offer that, and I'm not speaking of this particular site, but there are sites that offer that. And if you do, will you be paid? That's a good question. And so we want to get a lottery official on here to tell us, because my understanding is that, it's not necessarily like they have to be purchased in the United States, physically purchased. And so what will happen? Like I know you don't have to be a citizen to play. You can come to the USA and purchase a ticket at a store yourself and certainly play. But whether to do that legally on a courier site and actually get paid is another question. And we need some officials on here that represent these major lotteries that can actually give us a definitive answer. Playing Powerball, Jorge, jet. So you dreamt of a jet universe. All right. Do you think double play increases the chances? Nisi B. I mean, personally, my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding of double play, which I have not done, by the way, but many people do, and some people win that way. My understanding is that if you win, then you get paid more, not the jackpot, but if you win like a second tier, third tier prize. That's my understanding, but I would definitely read the rules to get to know exactly what that's my guess without looking at it closer. But don't take it from me. Look at the rules and then check what your budget is, because you should never ever spend more than you can afford to lose. It's very important. And have fun and do what feels best to you. If I play the lottery, then I usually buy one ticket at a time, because it only takes one ticket for a chance to win. As cliche as that sounds, it's true. It only takes one ticket for a chance. So if you're buying tons of tickets, then you're not really increasing your chances. And if you believe what I believe, like spiritually speaking and energetically speaking and all of this, then it even reinforces more. It only takes one ticket for a chance. But I've interviewed people, and I know plenty of people that have won off. They've purchased more than one in several lines. So obviously you can go both ways. I'm definitely buying a ticket today. This is a sign. Butta Beans Cool 811. All right, Butta Beans Cool. I wish you good luck. And speaking of signs, I get a lot of people that ask me, were there any signs or synchronicities before my win? And there were quite a few. And I've noticed quite a few signs with, many people that I've met and interviewed with major life changes with that sort of thing, if you're into that sort of thing. And so I made a list of 8 free ones, like just a list of them for free. And I pinned it in the comment of what I've noticed with major life changes. So you can check that out if you're into that. But I find it personally very, very fascinating. I had a vivid dream about it. And of course, interview tons of people that are into manifestation and intuition and that sort of thing. I am a winner. Thank God, Elizabeth. Travel. So you had a dream about traveling. Tonight's the night someone will hit the jackpot. Ed. Tonight is the night. Is it, Ed? Tonight is the night. All right. Well, if tonight's not the night, then it's going to get up to 1 billion or right around there. Very, very close. That's what I predict, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Maybe tonight is the night, and maybe it'll be someone named Ed, and Ed will come onto this podcast maybe and give an interview, and we can keep you anonymous, Ed, if you want, or you can come on here publicly. Massachusetts is a high tax state. Okay. And look at this, free blessings just gifted. Oh, free. No, it was not a gift. It's showing that has been a member for 3 months. Just happy we can all be here. God bless. God bless you. God bless you. And I hope you all make it to the members only live happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK time. We have some pretty big announcements for the members of this channel that's I think you're going to be pretty excited about happening tomorrow. Gifted one, and so Free Blessings just gifted a membership. So a random person in this chat has just received a membership. So if you just were informed that you have just become a member of this channel, congratulations to you. And regardless, everyone, let's give a big shout out. Thanks to Free Blessings. Winner had a dream about it. And there's another one, another free membership, a gifted membership. Let's give a huge shout out to Free Blessings. That is so generous of you. Thank you so much. Here's a 444. Speaking of signs, the lucky 4s right there. Maybe I should buy a lottery ticket. Thank you, Fatira Jana, who is a member as well. Thank you for the very, very lucky super with the 444. Thank you for your support. It really means the world. I wish you good luck and happiness. Thank you so much for your support. I truly, truly appreciate it. 950 million, Bill. Well, it's 850 million for tonight's game for the Powerball in the United States, but it's quite possible that it could be 950 if nobody wins tonight. Crazy coincidence. What's a crazy coincidence? There are all kinds of, I mean, it's really interesting. And now I look at coincidences a lot differently than I used to. I don't, because of all the people I've met and interviewed, scientists, spiritualists, people who have won major prizes, like people have had these experiences, like have led them to believe that they were going to win, or in retrospect, they look back and like, oh my gosh, that was a coincidence. Well, was it really a coincidence? Because that's what I'm questioning. And if you look at the quantum field and you look at all of this, then it's pretty interesting. Gifted, and here is Tanya Shaw gifted a membership. Tanya Shaw, thank you very much for your support. I hope to see you tomorrow at the members only live. And let's give a huge shout out to Tanya Shaw, and congratulations to whoever just received that free membership from Tanya Shaw. Thank you so much. Firm believer that those who strongly feel inclined, they're winning the lottery. It's their soul whispering to them and to the path. The lottery is aligned with your highest good, your most abundant. Positive Pam 649, bringing the positivity into this live chat. Thank you so much for your comment. All right. You can buy lottery tickets at the airport, I believe. Many airports do sell, at least some of them do sell lottery tickets. That is true. Would you say you're happier now? Thank you so much for the question. First of all, Janique, would you say you're happier now since you won? Well, I won back in 1999. So it's been a hot minute, but back then I partied like it was 1999 because it was. And I'm joking, but in all honesty, that's a big debate. A lot of people speak about money and happiness. They ask about it. And I'm working on a book as well that I've been working on for quite a while. That's actually nearly complete, that I'm so excited about. And one of the topics that is addressed within it, there are many topics addressed within it with my own experience, but is money and happiness. Does it buy happiness? You know, because I interview lottery winners all the time, and I have my own experience. It's my life story. Does it make you happy? And, you know, I think it does in the sense, well, it can, I should say, in the sense that it can alleviate debt and that sort of thing, and maybe quality of life. On the other hand, it doesn't change who you are, because true happiness doesn't come from that. True happiness comes from within. True happiness comes from who you are on the inside. There's some people that are, many people actually, that are very, very wealthy who are unhappy, miserable. I mean, it's hard to believe, but it's true. And then there are people that don't have much monetarily who are happy. Like, so it's not like a black or white answer. I think it can be either or both, and it just depends on the person and who they are. Astral travel, but it certainly can and does change for a lot of people, change a lot of things. Astral travel, Claudia SM. Astral travel is very, very interesting. So yeah, so I guess your dream, since we did the dream drop, your dream that you've had that's the craziest lately was perhaps astral traveling, which I have more questions about that for you. Pierre, thanks a lot for answering my question live. Really appreciate your kindness. Pierre, thank you so much for being here and for your support. Hello in Georgia. Hello. I'm going to win. Roll over one more time, and LaDonna will be the winner. LaDonna, we have to get you on here, onto this chat when that happens. We need Kurt Panusis. This is my first live. When I win, I would love to be interviewed by you. Nightingale, well, I would love that too. Play responsibly, but you know, it is possible. Tim, give me 6 numbers. 6 numbers. Positive Pam. Well, how can I deny Positive Pam? She is okay. 6 numbers. I'm not guaranteeing that these numbers are going to come out tonight, by the way, but I can give you 6 numbers off the top of my head. How about, um, uh, okay. How about, so I have to think about this. All right. 10. 10 is the first number. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say, I'm going to say 23, 18, 5, 42. I think those are 6 numbers. All right. We'll see what that happens. What happens. This channel is going to blow up if those numbers come out. Thank you, Positive Fan. Okay, Anthony 8888. Well, speaking of numbers, there's the lucky eights with a very, very generous $20 super sticker. Anthony, that is extremely generous. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for your support. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. And I wish you good luck if you're playing the lottery. And if you're not, that's okay. Regardless, I wish you happiness and abundance. Thank you so much for your support, Anthony. Stacy dreamt of birth. My left hand is itching. Cookies and pie. Well, there must be some luck. There is luck in the air. We know that. Sophie the First. I'm closer than I realize. I can almost taste it. Who's been a member? Sophie the First. I hope to see you in the members only live tomorrow, happening 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK time. Vivid Dreams, PA. I think you're still human, so you can have its good days and bad days. Helen. Yeah, because we were speaking of money and happiness. And yeah, you are still human. And just because you win a major jackpot, which could happen, it could happen to any of you. In fact, it may have. Some of you might, there may be a major lottery winner in this chat. Oftentimes there are lottery winners that come into these live chats. So that's quite possible. Or maybe it happens to you tomorrow or tonight or a year from now. But regardless, it doesn't necessarily change who you are. It changes maybe how some people perceive you, but it doesn't change who you are. Oftentimes it can magnify your personality. So there is that, but not like change who you are. But, it's interesting. Big Tig. Hello, Tim. I'm winning the Powerball tonight. Ben. All right, Ben, I wish you good luck. I will be tonight's winner of the jackpot. Well, you're going to have to compete with Ben then, Brianna, if you're playing the same game. Just wait to see my name, Brianna Shell. Okay, Brianna is in it to win it. And Perspective Art with the extremely generous $4.99 super. And speaking of Perspective Art, we know some of you watched this interview with Perspective Art. He actually is a lottery winner. He won the New York housing lotto. He's very much into manifestation and visualization. He's done all kinds of stuff. He's been on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He's done this artwork for major A-list celebrities. And let me see if I can find the title of this interview, because you guys have to check this out. Many of you have already seen it. It was just released maybe a month or so ago. But thank you very much, Perspective Art, for the very generous super for $4.99. And I hope that you are doing well. And I'm going to see if I can find this link so that I can put this up for people for this interview. But you don't have to scroll too far to see this. The title is He Visualized This, Then It Happened. So Andrew, and it was released. When was it released? Well, just scroll in the feed. You'll be able to find it. But it's great to see you. It's amazing when previous guests of this show come on here in this live chat, and lottery winners, and you are both. So thank you very much. Great to see you today, and I hope you're doing well. And I wish you good luck in the New York Powerball jackpot prize. Although I don't know if you need it, but I know you're very lucky. Yay, I finally caught alive. I recently dreamed I won the lottery, and it was so real I couldn't believe that it was only a dream. Sugar rocks. Sugar rocks. I love that. I mean, that sounds extremely vivid. I'm the Powerball winner. Shiraz. All right. Can't wait for you to interview me. It's a good point, Claudia. Person, but I have no money. It's my fault, though, because I didn't save money, but I know I'm going to be a lot happier if I were to win this money. Stingray. All right, Stingray. Well, I wish you good luck. Play responsibly if you're playing, but I do wish you good luck. Stacy, I dreamt of birth last night, too. Birth. That's interesting. Wonder what does that mean, like I would think metaphorically, or with, if you dream of birth, that would mean change, like a big change coming, unless it's literal and someone is pregnant. But you can't have a life without money, and that's the reason why in life we have distractions, family, work, hobbies, etc., to keep our minds off of money. Stingray 814. Hi Tim, Hi, Tim, and all of your followers. Good luck, everyone. Always follow your intuition. Remember, guys, the universe, God, they send us signals, so open your eyes. Profeta. Profeta, thank you for your comment. And yeah, I am so into intuition and that sort of thing, signs, synchronicities, all of this. I mean, I experience this type of thing all the time. I know some of you do as well. And many people I've met and interviewed do as well, which is one reason why I put together this free list of some of the most common signs people experience before major life changes. And I've pinned that in this chat, and we'll put it below this video too for people that are into this stuff, because I find it extremely fascinating. And you're thinking about somebody, they pop up into your life all of a sudden, or you want an answer to something, it comes into your dream, so vivid, so real, and then you go out and you find out that it plays out just like that. I mean, that happens too. What do you guys think about that? I've been seeing red cardinals in my yard. I believe they are a sign of a blessing to come. Yeah, a lot of people are into the animal signs, which I find interesting, especially certain cultures and stuff too, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, Tim. You're inspirational, abundantly empowered. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you find inspiration in this channel. Had a dream last night. I got the whole Narnia series for free, the books and DVDs. Danbra. Okay. I'm going to win the jackpot. Abu. All right. Have you played any drawing game lately? Diana G. Have I played any drawing? Do you mean like a lottery drawing game? I think that's what you're asking, Diana G. Have I played? I may. I mean, as these jackpots get higher, I had someone the other day that said, I think I got a receipt at a gas station, and it said like 777 for the total or something like that. And the clerk said, well, you must be lucky. You should buy a lottery ticket. You should buy a Powerball ticket. So I said, oh, okay, I will. And so so if that type of thing happens, I will play if something inspires me to play. So maybe Diana, you are the catalyst. You are what is going to propel me to be 2-time lottery jackpot winner. It is possible. It is going to happen, I should say. Tim, you are such a positive person. I didn't even know you were having a live right now, and it cheered me up the moment I saw you were. Ali, thank you, Ali. I'm so glad to hear that. We don't normally do lives on Wednesday, but this, for people that are, I mean, people are all over the world. I know many of you are playing Euro Millions, many people playing Lotto Max, Malate in Mexico, all kinds of different drawings. But for people in the United States, this is, kind of a big deal. So we thought we'd do this impromptu live here today as well. We normally do lives on Friday, but yeah, 850 million, the 6th largest in the history of the game. And so and if nobody wins this, somebody might, it might be one of you, but if nobody wins this, it is going to get really close to 1 billion very, very, very quickly. So if you guys are playing this, what will you do if you win? Let me know in this live chat or below this video if this is no longer live. All right. I'm the sole winner Powerball jackpot in Colorado, scot-free. Okay, scot-free. We have to get you on here then. My dreams are coming true, and I wish you good luck, scot-free. Ain't no doubt about that. Euro Millions win this Friday. Patrick is in it to win it. Tonight, I would be about 134 million after taxes for the lump sum. Internet says they took 37% in Ohio, but I think it's more like 65%. Well, I haven't done the math on Ohio, Danielle. I haven't done the math on Ohio, but yeah, the taxes are, I mean, the federal taxes in the United States are right around there, 37%, right around there. And then there is, depending on the state that you live in, there can be state taxes, and there is for a lot of states. So you have these really hefty taxes. So when you see 850 million, which is awesome, by the way, the person who wins it, which perhaps could be you, Danielle, play responsibly, but the person that wins it will not have, that's not the amount that you'll actually take home, but it's still incredibly life-changing. And I find it very interesting that it seems like every time these jackpots get to be over 500 million or so, it goes up very quickly, because all of a sudden people start playing like crazy. Another Tim is gonna win me. Tim's World. Tim's World right there. Well, it takes one to know one, Tim's World. And so, yeah, we have to I want to interview Tim's World. That would be amazing. I'm a Holocaust healer and clairsentient, very much into energy and manifestation. I also believe that it's important to clear money blocks in order to receive. Claudia, thanks for your thoughtful comment. Clairsentient. That's very interesting. I love that stuff. Healers and people that are very much into energy, because I mean, the energy is real. Just because we can't, well, for many of us anyway, see or sense it like everything else, doesn't mean it's not there. I mean, they've already proven that. Look at bats, look at dolphins, look at all these animals that can sense all these other things. And then look at the quantum physics and even the science of it. If you zoom way down into things, past your atoms, past the molecules, into the quarks, you go way past that, you see everything actually is not even solid. It's vibrating and it appears solid. It's how we perceive it. And so energy is real, and it extends beyond what most of us sense. So that's like pretty interesting. Thanks for your comment. Tim, have you ever interviewed winners who vividly saw numbers in their dreams? Ben, thanks for your question. I've interviewed several people that have dreamt about it, have had vivid dreams about it, like I did, before they won. I don't know if I've interviewed anybody that has dreamt the specific numbers and then played those specific, like those actual specific numbers and then won. But that does happen, because there are stories in media about that we've covered. So that has happened. And so it's pretty interesting. And I know I will eventually, I will interview someone that has dreamt the numbers and then won that way. And there's a $2 super right there. Lakeisha Michelle Hone. Thank you for your support. Blessings to you. I wish you good luck if you're playing the lottery. And regardless, blessings to you. Thank you very much for your support. It really means a lot. So thank you very much. I dreamt of coins the other week. Well, I take that as a lucky sign. Stingray that stings. Danielle, were you dreaming of a stingray that stings? If someone won $1 million on a Powerball near you, would you go out of your way to go there to get a ticket? SP Gardening. That's a good question. I don't know if I would, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't, or that somebody else shouldn't, if that's like, if you're feeling that luck is in the air, because there are certain gas stations and places that have sold multiple major winning tickets, that historically that has happened. And so some people just believe that luck is in the air at certain places, and they feel like the luck is there and it feels better to them. And so, why not? So yeah, it's always possible. It's happened. There is a precedent. Look at this, Jeffrey uh, Tutela with a $20 super sticker. Jeffrey, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone give a huge shout out to Jeffrey. That is so kind of you. Thank you very much for your support. And I love the picture there too. I see with your profile. It looks like it's, what is that? The energy spinal cord, like or something. I can tell you're into either physiology or energy or something. I love that. But that is so kind of you. Thank you for your support. And if you are playing the lottery, I wish you good luck. Regardless, I really, really appreciate it. And I wish you happiness and abundance. Thank you. It really means a lot. It really does. I want to make a profit immediately. What should I do? A profit doing what? Love. Love is the name. A profit doing what? I mean, there's all kinds of things that are ways to make money. So, I mean, you can even, winning the lottery is possible. It's possible, but play responsibly and never spend more than you can afford to lose. And if it hurts you to lose the amount that it costs to play, then I don't necessarily think it's a great idea to play, but that's just my opinion. But there are lots of ways to make profits on different things. 999 super, 999 pound super. I won the Powerball in 1999. So every time I see this, it is so symbolic, so meaningful. G, there's a very fitting name. G, thank you very, very much. That is so thoughtful of you. Thank you. Let's give a huge shout out to G for the 999 super, who says, if I win, I can be anonymous. Should I hide the real jackpot amount from even semi-close family members or tell the truth? What is your opinion as a jackpot winner? That is a very, very good question. That is a very good question, G. So if you win and you can indeed be anonymous, in many places you can, and your very generous super was in pounds, so I assume you may be in Europe or somewhere where you can play, or the UK or someplace where you can play Euro Millions, and many places allow you to claim prizes anonymously. So if you do that theoretically, and let's say that you do that and you claim it anonymously, do you tell people the truth, or do you kind of, not do that? And I think from my experience, if I were trying to remain anonymous, if that was a very high priority for me, I would be very hesitant to let that get out very much, because once a few people know, they're going to tell people, and then it goes on and on. So I would be very careful with who I were to tell. And, it's kind of hard to change lifestyle changes. If you get a new luxurious new car or a huge new house or something, even if you move into a new place, and it's a place where there's a lot of wealthy people, commonly once you get to know people, a common question is, so what do you do? Or they try to understand how things came about. So you don't necessarily want to say, well, I won 50 million pounds in the Euro Millions. You can say that, and I've met and interviewed people that do, and they don't have any shame about it, and they're perfectly comfortable. But your question is, if I'm trying to stay and remain anonymous, how should I treat that? And I think I would be very careful about who I told about that. So that's what I would do if that was the situation. I was trying to remain anonymous. Hopefully that answers the question. Thank you very much for the very generous 999 pound super. Very thoughtful and great question. Thank you very much. A message for everyone: always follow your heart. When you have an intuition, is a silent message that universe and God is letting you know. Profeta, thank you and I agree with you. Follow your heart. I think I love that sentiment. Thank you. Had a dream the other day. I was scrolling on Facebook and a news channel said someone in our city won the Powerball. I checked the ticket in my dresser drawer and it was the winning ticket. Eric Brady, that sounds like an awesome dream. I love everything about that. If I had that dream, I would definitely be playing the Powerball. But I mean, play responsibly, never spend more than you can afford, but I would be playing the Powerball if I were to have that dream. And if you win after having that dream, you have to come on to this podcast, because that's exactly the type of story that we love to hear. We love hearing stories like that. Your channel is inspiring. I am allowed. Oh, Flame Ache who's a member of this channel. Am I allowed to advertise my Euro jackpot Discord? Hope I got new members. We talk about Euro jackpot, 52 million euros on Friday for takes. So 52 million euros, and that's tax-free in many places, which is awesome. So yeah, I mean, I don't know where your Discord is, but it sounds exciting. Thanks for your comment. Thanks for being a member. Hi, Timothy Schultz. I like how even thought it is about a lotto ticket that you show many to be abundance, whether through your story or others. Thank you. Colorful foresight. Thanks for your thoughtful comment. Yeah, I mean, I think abundance is not necessarily just a lottery ticket. It's not necessarily just money. Abundance is arguably what we're all seeking, which is happiness. I mean, that's what I think. And happiness comes from within. That's the truth. But it's still going to be incredibly awesome if you win a major lottery jackpot, even if it's the Powerball in Australia, which is another Powerball. And Lisa says that's 50 million tonight, and that's tax-free if you win in Australia. So Lisa, thanks for your comments. I wish you good luck. Congrats on all of your subscribers. Sheila L. Art, thank you. And thank you for being a member. She has been a member for a long time, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Members Only Live. And here's a new member, Mr. Sanders. Welcome to this community. Thank you. Yes, Tim. Thank you. Thank you. We are creating reality. CS. I love the way you think. Thank you. Such a fan of your. First of all, thank you for the generous Super La Soul for $4.99. That is so nice of you. Blessings to you. Such a fan of your channel. I had a dream about the earth and the city falling, but it start to rebuild itself and become futuristic. I always have different dreams. That is a very interesting dream. So it sounds like that dream, if it were, I mean, it sounds like that dream may be about change. If I were to interpret, I'm interpreting that from an outside perspective, from an objective place here, and I'm not in your head. When I have a dream about something, I write down what it meant to me right when I wake up, before I get fully awake, before my conscious mind and my ego starts saying, that maybe that meant that, maybe that meant that. No, just write it down, like the meaning, right when you have the dream. Because if you believe what I believe, which is that sometimes dreams can have very, very significant meaning in your life. But yeah, that's interesting. So from an objective opinion, it seems like that has to do with change, rebirth. I mean, that's what it seems like to me, but it's quite a dream. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you so much. We love dream stories. So thank you so much for the very generous super and for your support, La Soul. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, 230 million after taxes. So you're saying that it's 230 million after taxes. Are you speaking of the Powerball that we've been talking about? So we should do the math. I mean, maybe you're correct. I haven't done the math on it, but the lump sum, if you take half right away of this massive 850 million lump sum for tonight's drawing of the Powerball in the USA, is $383.7 million before taxes. After taxes, what is that? Of course, it will vary by the state in which the ticket was purchased, but that sounds like it's in the right ballpark. I don't know. I'm sure there are people in here that are doing the math on that. So the taxes are very hefty, but it's still extremely, extremely life-changing. And here's a $5 super sticker. Rafalia, Thank you very, very much. Blessings to you. I wish you good luck if you are playing the lottery. If you're not, that's okay. I wish you abundance and happiness. Thanks for your support. Truly, truly, truly. Thank you, Rafalia. That is so kind. Let's give a huge shout out to Rafalia for helping support this channel and what we're doing here. Have you heard of gematria? My name is equal to phrase win Powerball. I have not heard that. I have not heard that, Silver Stage, but I like everything about that win Powerball. I mean, yeah. So the name, even the name is in it to win it. Just read your guide, and it's such a great free offering. I've felt all of them before, shift in my life, and I feel them now. Devadadsi, I might be mispronouncing that, but thank you so much for your thoughtful comment. I'm glad that you checked out that guide, because I have noticed that before major life changes, some common things that many people experience. That I experienced this before my Powerball win, and many people that I've met and interviewed experience things before major life changes, synchronicities or dreams, that sort of thing. So I made this list of 8 free signs of major life changes, and I penned that in the chat, and you're saying that you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So, and for your support as well. So after tax take home, the cash lump sum would be 217 million, says Austin. So, well, if that is true, I mean, it depends on the state in which you purchase the ticket, but if that is true, then that is still awesome. 200, I mean, if you wind up with 200 something million, even 100 something million after taxes is awesome. But regardless, think of what you could do, and what will you do? You watching this video right now, if you're playing, or maybe you're playing Euro Millions or another lottery around the world, Lotto Max in Canada, Malate in Mexico, Megacina in Brazil, whatever you're playing. If your life is suddenly turned upside down in an instant, and you come across sudden wealth, like in this case, hundreds of millions, what will you do? That's part of the fun of playing the lottery, to dream about it. But if that happens, then that dream could be a sudden and surreal reality, like it is for a lot of people. What will you do? Let me know in this live chat. We'll see if we can pull up your comment here. We're going to be pulling up all the comments that we can. If I win the Powerball, I have plans to help my family and friends, setting back money for my children, and buy a beautiful place of land to build my dream home and live out my days with family. Cheyenne, I love that plan. Cheyenne, thank you for your comment. I receive numbers while I'm meditating, but I haven't used them to play yet. I wrote them down. Mary, that's interesting, Mary, because I know I can tell because your name is Mary Starseed and you meditate and have some numbers. So I can tell you're really into it. But meditation, I think, can be so powerful, and it's so interesting when you get beyond the ego, you silence everything, and you really just, I love meditation, and I haven't intentionally meditated until recently, like the last couple of years. But I was doing it way before. I just didn't understand what meditation was. Wishing everyone great luck on winning anything tonight. La Sol, I wish you good luck too. Thanks again for the very generous super earlier and for your support, La Sol. I definitely wish you good luck. Thank you so much. And let's get to, I love your channel. Looked at my Vedic astrology after seeing the interview you did with Aggie, and I have similar placements to you. So cool. Claudia, wow. That's amazing. I'm glad to hear that. So did you guys watch that interview that just came out recently with astrologer Aggie? She's a popular TikToker, and she read my chart. She does Vedic astrology. And yeah, so you're saying that you have a similar chart to mine, which is amazing. I think we would get along. Thank you so much for your comment. Revis, be wealthy. You have to love that name. Timothy, I look forward to seeing you soon. All is well and all shall be well. to and for everyone and everything. Revis, be wealthy. Yeah, blessings to you. Blessings to you. Thank you very much for your support, Revis, and for your very, very thoughtful comment. How was your first reaction when you found out about your winning? How was your first reaction? Well, I think I was jumping up and down. I mean, I wrote about this a lot in a book that I'm just finishing right now. It's not quite out yet, but if you're interested in reading that, I'll link to it below in the description. But you can join the mailing list to be notified when that's released. But basically, I mean, the first reaction was out of this world. The euphoria was up there, like the adrenaline, everything. It was one of the craziest, most surreal things. I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like I was in the Matrix, like just seeing it match. It was just, I started jumping up and down. I was hugging my father. We were jumping up and down and screaming like a little kid in a candy store, just like, oh my God. But what was crazy, what's even crazier than that is all the stuff that happened before, with telling everybody that I was going to win, and with having this dream about it, and with these other synchronicities that happened before it happened. But it's pretty interesting. What is your secret to being such a positive person? Overnight billionaire 92. Well, I don't know if it's a secret, but thank you so much for your question. So I just think that how you perceive the world, that's one thing that we can control in our mind, is how we perceive the world. And I choose to see it. I try to see, I'm not perfect. No one is, but I try to see it like in an optimistic, positive way, because that dictates. And then I find if I'm looking at things like that in a positive light, I'm more apt to see things like that. I mean, there's a correlation there, especially when you start looking at the reticular activating system and how things work with our energy and with our minds. So I think the perception, part of it is a choice, I think. And then part of it, I think, could be, just also in addition to that, experience, because we're all tested. We all have adversity. Something bad happens to you. Someone cuts you off in the road. Someone does something that's negative. You have a choice on how to perceive that. Is that going to ruin your day, or are you going to brush that off? I'm going to win the lottery this week. Drifting MD. I wish you good luck. Thank you. Thank you for your comment. I wish you good luck. I love your energy. You have such a great, peaceful, and positive energy. Thank you, niece B. That's so kind of you. That is so kind of you. So we are running kind of short on time, but I would tell them I sold a company. So if you won, you would tell them you sold a company. So there. So Megan has a plan. She would not run around saying, I'm a lottery winner. I just won 200 million or 100 million. She would say, I sold a company. So what do you guys think about that? I think that might be a smart idea. It depends how much you win and where you live and what your comfort level is with that sort of thing publicly. I can't wait. We played as a group to work, and I bought a lot of tickets myself. Janelle, I wish you good luck. Janelle, thanks for your comment. Play responsibly, people. Flame Ache, I second that. Absolutely. Play responsibly, everyone, if you're playing. Do you interview people from Asian country? Jammy Jam. Yes, I interview people from all over the world, all over the world. There are no limits. There are no geographic limits. So I would love to interview someone in an Asian country. Thank you. Hey, Tim, do you believe that the payouts should be shorter than 8 weeks waiting period to receive the money? What are your thoughts about that? Stingray. Well, Stingray, it depends. Like if you're talking about a major jackpot, which let's just assume, I'm sure that's probably what you mean. If you're talking about a major jackpot, then my thoughts are it's not like it's just, I mean, there's a process involved with things going on behind the scenes. And I've interviewed a couple people. One is a former director of the lottery in the USA who was explaining some of the stuff that has to happen after each drawing, that they have to verify each drawing, and there's a process involved. They have to have security to make sure that you are the person that actually purchased the ticket, especially when you're talking about a prize that big. And I'm sure there's other things that I don't even know about, but I think 8 weeks, I mean, it can seem frustrating, I guess, for some people, but if it is 8 weeks, because I think the time period does depend on where the ticket is purchased. So, but theoretically, I mean, I would be willing to wait 8 weeks for 100, 200 million for sure. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I think I could get by for 2 weeks. I'm sure someone would happily give you a loan with a big wink. But yeah, in all seriousness, I think I can understand why it can be frustrating to wait, but I also think there's a process and there's more going on behind the scenes than most of us see anyway. United States of America lottery tickets. Love, thank you for your comments. There are people playing from all over the world here. But this Powerball tonight is the 6th largest in the history of the game, which is why we decided to do this impromptu live today. I gladly pay taxes on 850 million, which is the annuitized jackpot for tonight. Jackie Coate, thanks for your comment. Jackie Coate's gladly going to pay the taxes. And Vincent, when I win, I'll go to antique car of my olive lands in Sicily. Beautiful Sicily. I love that plan. I love that plan. Did you somehow feel strangely grateful the days before you won the lottery? Strangely grateful, Bill. Bill, I did, in fact. Yeah, I felt very grateful for my life because even as a gas station clerk making a little over minimum wage, so working 40 to 60 hours a week, doing overtime because it paid more money, trying to put myself through college. Monetarily, my life I didn't have obviously tons of money. So, but despite that, like I felt extremely grateful for my life, for the connections that I had with other people. I felt happy, genuinely very happy. So hopefully that answers your question. And here is a 999 super from Alex. And that is very, very meaningful because I won the lottery in 1999. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you so much. Who says, hey, Timothy, when you dreamed about the lottery, what time frame did the dream take place? And have you just won US the lottery and you were checking the ticket? Or was it set more in the future? Oh, so you're asking about the dream. So within the dream, I've made videos about this. You don't have to scroll too far in the feed of this channel to watch some of the videos. I've also written about this extensively in a book that's coming out soon. You can join a mailing list in the description to be notified when that's going to be released. But yeah, so within the dream, I had already won the lottery. It had already happened. And so I was just super like over the moon, like very excited because that had happened. I had an understanding that had happened. And that dream took place about 3 months before I actually won. And I started playing more consistently after the dream because it was so real and so vivid. And just, I mean, it's one of those dreams that takes a while to understand that it hadn't actually happened. It was that real. And so that's how it was for me. Hopefully that answers your question, but thank you so much, Alex, for the for the great question and for the very generous super for $9.99. Very meaningful. Blessings to you, and I wish you good luck if you are playing the lottery. Play responsibly, but I wish you good luck. My ultimate dream to buy houses for all my family on Disney properties so we could all be together. Many blessings to everyone. Tina. All right, Tina. That's a beautiful dream. It's a beautiful dream. Thanks for your comments. I wish you good luck. Free blessings. Until they ask which company my current winning cover-up story is, I invested in Bitcoin years ago. Now that's a good story that you could use. I invested in Bitcoin years ago because if you did, and maybe some of you watching this have, but for people that have invested in Bitcoin like a few years ago and you're still in it, think about how much money you have likely made. So that is a very believable story, free blessings, and kind of a cool story because then people would probably have more questions and be like, so what was that like? But then you'd have to sort of expand upon that. I don't know, it could be fun. Thank you so much for your comment. Hey Tim, love your work. How's it going? How was it going back to school after winning? I would go back to school as well. St. Foxy. Well, I took it very, very seriously. I took it as serious as a job because it was my only job to get good grades. So I took it very, very seriously after I won the lottery. And it was a lot of work. I don't miss homework. I certainly don't miss homework, but I think it was healthy for me at the time to do that and to have a direction, because after I won the lottery, I didn't have direction. It was like, what the heck am I going to do if you suddenly win the lottery at age 21? You suddenly, in a sense, retire at age 21. Your whole life is turned upside down. My friends, everyone around me, they weren't retired or anything. They didn't win the lottery. I won. So what was so I had to reinvent myself. And so it took us some time to figure out what to do. But I did go to college and pursued film and journalism and broadcast news. And so that's what I did. So yeah, I took it very seriously. And I don't regret it at all. And you don't need to win the lottery, by the way, to go to college or to do any of that. You don't need to win the lottery to do that. I would have gone if I had not won the lottery, because it's just something I wanted to do. Tiffany Sumo with a 555 super, very, very thoughtful. Tiffany, thank you. I love the lucky fives. Says, thank you, Tim, for this inspiring channel. Blessings to you. Blessings to you, Tiffany Sumo. It's great to see you today. Blessings to you. Thank you. She is a huge, huge supporter of this channel. I wish you good luck as well if you are playing the lottery. And regardless, I wish you happiness and abundance. Thank you, Tiffany Sumo. Is this live or pre-recorded? Funny Bones. I hate to do this to your Funny Bones, but this is absolutely live. We are here because of this impromptu live. Because of this, we normally do lives on Friday, but because of this, 850 million, sixth largest in the history of the game Powerball in the United States, happening today. So that's why we are here for this impromptu live. But we are just about out of time. And shout out in Cyprus, Greece. Good luck with Euro Millions. In Spain, Roxy, thank you. Shout out to Portland, Oregon, playing the Powerball tonight. Church of Comedy Hostel, Brian with a Y. Brian with a Y. You have to love that, Brian with a Y. I keep seeing your face on Instagram for a lotto ad. Seriously? Captain Morgan, I would like to see that. I was not aware of that. I am on Instagram at official Timothy Schultz, if anyone is on Instagram. And I'm also on TikTok and most social places, but I have not seen that ad. So that is something that I would like to see, because I'm not quite sure. It's definitely not something I've endorsed. So I'd love to see that. Thank you, Captain Morgan, for your comment. Report the ads, says Kat. All it takes is one ticket. Anything is possible. Sheila L. Art, thank you for being a member. And I do have to get going, but on that note, I do want to say that, yes, all it does take is one ticket. If you play the lottery, all it takes is one ticket. Never spend more than you can afford to lose. Play responsibly. Dream big. Anything and everything is possible. And if you're not playing the lottery, that's okay too. But the truth is, destiny favors the dreamers. Anything is possible. So if you are playing the lottery, I wish you good luck. And regardless, thank you guys so much for all the extremely generous supers, for your support. There's so many interviews coming soon and videos I'm excited to share with you. Don't forget to check out the free signs before major life changes, which is pinned in this chat or below this video. And join the mailing list if you want to get updates on the book. And yeah, we will see you guys. Soon. And don't forget about the taxes, says K Trail. Good luck, everyone. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for your support, and good luck if you're playing this massive prize tonight, and play responsibly.